Les Suets wind warning. Issued at Friday 3:27 p.m. May 30, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description: strong winds that may cause damage are expected or occurring. Maximum wind gusts, southeasterly near 100 km per hour. Locations: Margaree Harbour to Bay St. Lawrence. Time span: diminishing tonight. ###. Loose objects may be tossed by the wind and cause injury or damage. Les Suets wind warnings are issued when there is a significant risk of damaging winds. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to nstorm@ec.gc.ca or post reports on X using #nstorm. Recommended action: be prepared to adjust your driving with changing road conditions due to high winds. Canada Post workers won't be heading to a picket line just yet, but the union representing them says it's still taking strike action by calling for a ban on overtime. The Crown Corporation is warning that the move could lead to delays. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers, CUPW, advised members late Thursday night that it had called for a nationwide overtime ban starting at midnight Eastern on Friday. This is a legal strike action. All CUPW members must follow this direction, the union wrote in a news release. That means members are being called on to refuse to work any more than 8 hours in a day and refuse to work more than 40 hours in a week. The decision comes a few hours after the two sides met Thursday evening at the request of the CUPW, Canada Post says, with the assistance of mediators. According to the Crown Corporation, the meeting lasted less than half an hour, with CUPW raising only a small number of the many outstanding issues in an informal manner. Canada Post said it was not enough to show meaningful progress. It also said it asked the union to come back with urgency in response to the offers it had presented on Wednesday. Under the overtime ban, the union says in addition to refusing to work more than a certain number of hours, letter carriers are also to return to their depot and drop off their mail whether they have completed their routes or not. Rural and suburban mail carriers are to do the same. Part-time and temporary workers are allowed to extend their hours to a maximum of 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week, the union said. The Crown Corporation said it would continue operating amid the overtime ban, but customers may experience delays. It's unclear how CUPW strike action may evolve, Canada Post wrote in a news release. At this time, there are no rotating strikes or national work stoppage. Collective agreements between Canada Post and CUPW expired on Thursday, with the union having issued a 72-hour strike notice to the Crown Corporation on Monday. New offers were presented by Canada Post to the union on Wednesday, which CUPW said it was reviewing, though the Crown Corporation said it refused the union's request for 2 weeks to review the offers. At issue between the two sides are key demands on worker pay, the use of temporary workers, weekend delivery, benefits and pensions, and how Canada Post could meet a critical financial situation that experts have said could go the route of blockbuster. The latest offer from the National Postal Service includes a wage increase of 6% in Year 1, 3% in Year 2, 2% in Year 3 and 2% in Year 4. This would be a compounded increase of 13.59% over 4 years, Canada Post said in a statement on Wednesday. The company is also offering to make changes to its part-time employment system. The company will create stable and predictable part-time jobs for people who are looking for flexible work. The part-time positions will provide health and pension benefits and scheduled and guaranteed hours, 15 to 40 hours of work per week, the statement said. The creation of part-time jobs increases the company's delivery flexibility, especially on weekends, while ensuring that letter carriers are not required to work weekend shifts. Future employees hired after the signing of the new collective agreements will receive health and pension benefits after 6 months of regular employment, the company said. Description: notice of approval. This is to serve notice that the Council of the Town of Yarmouth at its meeting on May 30, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. at Yarmouth Town Hall, 400 Main Street, approved the following. 1. Development Agreement for 8 James Street. Council approved a development agreement application to convert 8 James Street, PID number 90337155, into 12 rental dwelling units. 2. Land Use Amendment Development Agreement for land adjacent to Pleasant Street. Council approved a rezoning, land use bylaw amendment, of 2 lots, PID number 90334780 and PID number 90334798, located directly across from the Burridge campus, NSCC, and provisionally approved a development agreement to permit up to 140 residential units on the same lots. 3. Development agreement for 52, Parade Street. Council approved a development agreement for 52, Parade Street, PID number 90330986 to accommodate adaptive reuse of the former Yarmouth Consolidated Memorial High School. 14-day appeal period. Appeal may be made to the Nova Scotia Utility and Review Board within 14 days, 14, of the publication of this notice. Any aggrieved person, the Provincial Director of Planning or Council of an adjoining municipality may, within the prescribed appeal period, appeal the decision of Council to the Nova Scotia Utility and Review Board in accordance with the Municipal Government Act. Dated May 22, 2025. Notice of approval. This is to serve notice that the Council of the Town of Yarmouth at its meeting on May 8, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. at Yarmouth Town Hall, 400 Main Street, approved the following. Surcharges bylaw. Council approved a simple housekeeping amendment to update wording in Section 3.1 of the bylaw, changing rates to consumption used. Fog advisory. Issued at Saturday 4:43 a.m. May 30, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description. Dense fog is expected to persist in Paulatuck until early Saturday afternoon. Fog may redevelop overnight tonight and persist until late morning on Sunday. ####. Visibility may be significantly and suddenly reduced to near zero. Travel is expected to be hazardous due to reduced visibility. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to enstorm@ec.gc.ca, call 1-800-239-0484 or post reports on X using #NTStorm. Map out a route. The less time you spend at the mall, the better off your budget will be. Before spending yet another afternoon roaming aimlessly until you find what you're looking for, jot down a short list of your intended purchases before heading out and then create a route of the stores you'll hit to look for them. Most malls offer a printable map on their websites to make this task a little easier. Have your route pre-planned and do your budget a favor. As a bonus, you might even make it home headache-free. 2. Turn it up. Plug into your favorite playlist while scouring your favorite stores for fantastic finds. You'll be calmer and less stressed and a lot less likely to overspend. 3. Cash only. If you can't seem to stick to a budget at the mall, leave the plastic at home and only bring along the amount of cash you plan on spending. It's hard to feel the hole a swipe makes in your pocket, but slipping the cashier a pile of bills actually feels like you're spending money and you'll spend less of it. You'll also be forced to stick to your budget no matter how tempted you are to overspend. If you dare, consider only bringing newer, high-denomination bills, like 50s and 100s. You'll think 3 times before breaking up those crisp, large bills. 4. Find the hidden cashier. Skip the endless lines in the bigger stores this holiday season by seeking out the cashiers set up in out-of-the-way spots of the store. You might find these quieter checkout lines near the laundry department, in a far-off corner, or near the fitting rooms. Zip in and out of the store in minutes. 5. Box it. When a cashier offers to box your purchases for you, say yes. It might mean a bit more time for you at the checkout, but you'll get a head start on all that gift wrapping and save money on wrapping paper, too. Ask for a box even if your purchase isn't a gift and then use it to wrap another gift item when you get home. 6. Shop late in the day. Skip the crazy crowds by shopping right before closing. The malls usually see the fewest shoppers during the late evening hours, so you'll be able to shop quickly without jostling your way through the crowds. Also, many stores stay open an extra hour after the mall closes in the weeks leading up to the holidays. Hit the mall first and then shop the extended hours at the department stores to get a whole lot done in one stress-free trip. 7. Shop in heels. Leave your comfortable flats at home. A Brigham Young University study found that shoppers spent a lot less money when their minds were focused on staying balanced. If you don't like teetering through the mall, you can hit the shops after a yoga class or after riding an escalator for a similar effect. 8. Don't become fast friends with the checkout clerks. A According to Forbes, shoppers tend to overspend when they feel a kinship with the cashier. Be cordial and be polite, but don't get too chummy with the checkout clerks this season. 9. Carry a snapshot of your financial goal. What's your financial dream? An Alaskan cruise? A luxury car? Print out a photo of your dream and stick it into your wallet. Pull it out whenever you're tempted to bust your budget on a purchase, and it will help you keep your mind on your goal. 10. Suck on a mint. Did you know that stores use scents to manipulate shoppers into spending more? Suck on a mint or chew a piece of mint-flavored gum to help you block out the store's smells and stick to your budget. Don't get stressed or go broke at the mall this season. Follow our hacks for a budget-friendly and stress-free shopping trip. Want to know exactly where your bus is and when it's coming? Just follow these simple steps by using Google Maps. Step 1. Open Google Maps. Step 2. Type where you want to go in the search bar at the top of the app where it says "Seat here." Also ensure you type your current departing location to get the right route. Step 3. Click the blue Directions button. Step 4. Click the bus option icon, usually situated between the driving and walking icons or options. Step 5. Click on the timing that works best, i.e. 20 minutes from the moment you searched. Step 6. Click the blue Start button, which will tell you where to walk to catch your bus. The bus number is displayed in a purple-colored button within the app, so you know which bus number and name to look for, i.e. 9A. 3 ways to pay for your bus or ferry ride. HFXGO. HFXGO is Halifax Transit's free mobile fare payment app. This app allows you to purchase Halifax Transit tickets and passes directly from your smartphone or mobile device. Ticket options range from day passes to one-ride tickets and more. Download on iOS and Android devices. Once you purchase the ticket through the app, show the bus operator or ferry security staff the ticket on your phone prior to boarding. See all options plus costs via HFXGO here. Physical bus tickets. If you are unable to download the HFXGO app, you can purchase Halifax Transit tickets in packs of 10 at many locations throughout the Halifax region. See all ticket retailers here. Cash. Visitors can also use the bus system or ferry service by paying cash on the spot. Note, you will have to use exact cash fare because change is not available. See fares here. The Halifax Harbour Ferry. Halifax Transit offers 2 ferry services. 1. The Alderney Ferry service crosses the Halifax Harbour from downtown Halifax to Alderney Landing in downtown Dartmouth. 2. The Woodside Ferry service crosses the Halifax Harbour from downtown Halifax to Woodside. Ferry facts. Both Alderney and Woodside locations have large park and ride lots, so you can park your vehicle in Dartmouth and explore downtown Halifax on foot. Ferry service is accessible and integrated with the bus services. You can use a transfer to board ferries and buses. Please note the ferry terminals only take exact change if paying with cash. Heat warning. Issued at Saturday 3:28 p.m. May 31, 2035. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description. Daytime high temperatures near 30 degrees Celsius combined with overnight lows near 16 degrees Celsius are expected, starting on Sunday. Temperatures will be cooler on Tuesday. ####. Heat warnings are issued when very high temperature conditions are expected to pose an elevated risk of heat illnesses, such as heat stroke or heat exhaustion. For more information, https://www.canada.ca/climate-change-health-climate-change-health/services/health/protect-yourself.html https://www.canada.ca/en/health- Canada/climate-change-health/climate-change-heat/is-at-risk.html. For more heat health advice, visit https://www.albertahealthservices.ca/news/heat.aspx. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to abstorm@ec.gc.ca, call 1-800-239-0484 or post reports on X using #abstorm. Recommended action. Residents of and visitors to the warned regions are advised to take the following precautions to protect themselves, their families and their neighbors. Consider rescheduling outdoor activities to cooler hours of the day. Take frequent breaks from the heat, spending time in cooled indoor spaces where possible. Drink plenty of water and other non-alcoholic, non-caffeinated beverages to stay hydrated. Check for your children or pets before you exit your vehicle. Do not leave any person or pet inside a closed vehicle for any length of time. Monitor for symptoms of heat stroke or heat exhaustion, such as high body temperature, lack of sweat, confusion, fainting, and unconsciousness. Pay particular attention to individuals that can experience earlier or more severe effects from heat, including infants, children, seniors, and individuals with pre-existing lung, heart, kidney, nervous system, mental health or diabetic conditions, outdoor workers, as well as those who are socially isolated. Frost advisory. Issued at Saturday 10:29 a.m. May 31, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description: some plants may be damaged or even destroyed by frost. Temperatures are expected to drop to near the freezing mark overnight tonight into Sunday morning. ####. Frost advisories are issued when temperatures are expected to reach the freezing mark during the growing season, leading to potential damage and destruction to plants and crops. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to onstorm@ec.gc.ca or post reports on X using #onstorm. Recommended action. Cover up plants, especially those in frost-prone areas. Flood watch. Issued at Saturday 1:41 p.m. May 31, 2025. Issued by National Weather Service. Description: what flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible, where portions of central, eastern, and western Arkansas, including the following areas in central Arkansas: Conway, Faulkner, Garland, Lonoke, northwest Yell County, Perry, Prairie, Pulaski, Saline, White and Yell excluding northwest. In eastern Arkansas, Monroe and Woodruff. In western Arkansas, central and eastern Montgomery County, central and southern Scott County, northern Montgomery County higher elevations, northern Polk County higher elevations, northern Scott County, Polk County lower elevations, southeast Polk County higher elevations, southern and eastern Logan County, southwest Montgomery County higher elevations and western and northern Logan County. When, through Monday evening. Impacts: creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Low water crossings may be flooded. Extensive street flooding and flooding of creeks and rivers are possible. Additional details: heavy rainfall is expected to continue over the Memorial Day weekend. 3 to 5 inches of additional rain is possible across the watch area, on top of already wet and saturated ground, leading to flash flooding concerns. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Recommended action. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Experts with the Northern Tornadoes Project, NTP, confirmed this week that a rare tornado occurred in central British Columbia on Wednesday, May 21. Video from the region shot around 1:34 p.m. local time showed a landspout tornado near the town of Vanderhoof, located in central BC about 80 kilometers west of Prince George. Don't miss, tornadoes can happen anywhere and cities aren't immune. BC landspout tornado May 21, 2025. Officials assigned the landspout a default EF0 rating because no damage was reported from the region. The NTP says they plan to analyze satellite imagery for signs of damage. Landspout tornadoes form in a similar manner to waterspouts. This type of tornado forms beneath a developing cumulus or cumulonimbus cloud as rising air stretches and begins rapidly rotating. Despite not forming like a traditional tornado, dangerous winds and flying debris make landspouts a hazard to life and property. Canada tornadoes as of May 23, 2025. Must see, experts confirm huge BC blaze spawned a fire-generated tornado. This is the first tornado reported in British Columbia so far this year. Tornadoes are relatively rare in this part of the country. The province can get through an entire year without any reported tornadoes. BC recorded 31 tornadoes between 1980 and 2024, with 1990 featuring the most activity with 4 reported twisters. The vast majority of BC's tornadoes have been relatively weak, but officials have confirmed 6 EF2 tornadoes that left behind significant damage in their wake. One of the province's tornadoes that struck near Gun Lake on August 18, 2023, was a fire-generated tornado associated with a powerful wildfire in the area.